Welcome to another exciting episode of Job Ad Stories. Today we dived into the vibrant world of travel and fitness with a guest who embodies both adventure and health, and he embodies the spirit of adventure and health. He has been to a lot of places and he is a content creator. When I had a word with him earlier, I thought that he is a content creator, he is into traveling, he is into fitness. But when we were having a conversation during the podcast, I got to know that his journey was upside down. He walked widely and he gained experiences from there. और आज हम उनके experience को basically आपके So this episode will change your mindset towards travel, towards fitness and n number of things and how you see your life. So let's hear it from the man himself, Sameer Taneja. So hi Sameer, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good. First of all, welcome and thank you for taking your time out, and you traveled all the way from, okay, that means a lot. Thank you for being with us. So first and first, I want to start with the background of your story, like how and why you started this traveling thing, this whole journey.
Okay. Yeah, what exactly, which travel story are you exactly talking about?
Okay, so you are so much into traveling. Okay, like how you got into traveling?
It's a long story, but like the recent travel that I did was a 30-day expedition.
Okay, so since how long you are into this travel thing?
So yeah, the story goes back to starting from 2019 is when I left home, and I'm originally from Punjab, and Ludhiana, Punjab is my hometown. And usually वो होता है ना कि 12th के बाद you don't really know what to do, like you have to decide your career, and there's a trend in this Punjab that after 12th everybody just goes to Canada.
Oh yeah.
And I had no, like, my family business, I had no interest in that, and I was like, what to do? All of my friends were going to Canada, and I decided, okay, ठीक है, मैं भी जाता हूँ. So I left for Canada, and student visa is what I got, and I went there for studying, and that's when like the real thing started for my life, and that's when I started figuring all this out, like what to do, how to do, job क्या होती है, and all of that, because घर पे तो you never had exposure, right? And so
घर पे I believe there is a shell which your mom and dad created for you.
Yeah.
And when you leave that place, when you leave your home, so then you understand the exact the world.
Yeah.
Like you start meeting new people,
Exactly.
you start exploring things, and
Yeah.
then that shell breaks, and फिर
Yeah.
हमें पता चलता है कि क्या क्या है बाहर दुनिया में.
basically you step out your comfort zone.
Exactly.
And घर पे choice होता है.
Exactly. True.
बाहर
True.
choice नहीं होता है, and you have to figure things out. Be it work, food,
Everything,
water,
yeah.
and all of those things, right?
Everything.
So yeah, I really didn't know even how to speak English, honestly, and I was not confident, and don't know how to apply for jobs or nothing. All of my friends used to work at Chipotle, is a place like Mexican,
In Canada.
California burrito है ना India
Okay,
में,
okay.
similar to that, and they used to work there, and I got even rejected from a restaurant like 2 times. And I just wanted to work with my friends, but and then the story started. I started figuring out कि यार job लेते कैसे हैं, watching YouTube videos, and so there were 2-3 ways to get jobs, and so I like, what first one of course was online, and started applying online, make a resume and all of those things. ये भी नहीं पता था कि CV क्या होता है, like.
Yeah.
And then there was this SkyTrain metro in Vancouver, and so what I do is that I used to stop at every station and start dropping my resume at every store, and कि कोई तो job दे ही देगा, and because you have to survive, right? And my money was, whatever my parents gave me was ending. It was $500, and it was like what, 15-20 days, and after that I was like, I don't know what to do, and I have to pay bills and rents and everything, right? So that's what I did, and someone at McDonald's gave me the job, and a few other places through my friends' connection and everything. Referrals was another way. So I got a job at a casino. It's like dealing cards, and
Canada.
yeah. So, but you have to qualify for that and to get a license and stuff. So I got jobs at both places, and that was illegal because you can't really do that as a student. So I knew that I couldn't work at McDonald's, but I just wanted to see how BTS works. So within a week or 4 days, I was done. Like they grind you because it's so busy. McDonald's is always busy, and you have to. Within 4 days, I left McDonald's, and because I kept it as a backup because casino didn't give me an answer. So, but then casino job happened, and I became a casino dealer and night shifts. Money was good. I used to get tips a lot and everything. So the ball started to roll, and I started like life sort of stable hone laga. Then I picked up my fitness, like started going to the gym and all the other things that are needed in life after the survival. But then क्या हुआ था कि whenever I touched down Canada, no, so I knew that there's no going back anymore, like to home and all of that. So I need to figure my life out, and I don't know, but I was very ambitious. So I just wanted to do something big. So and I was like कि यार इससे casino से तो नहीं होने वाला है. So and I used to get bored as well, like after a while, because you learn and 2-3 महीने का learning कब होता है, and then after that it's just the same thing.
कोई चीज सीख लो तो ये लगता है यार अभी हो गया, अभी कुछ नया सीखना है, कुछ नया करना है, कुछ better करना है.
It just becomes monotonous, and then it's just too hard to do it. Then I would just stand at the casino and figure out कि यार मुझे क्या करना चाहिए और life में. तो the idea of joining the casino was this only कि वहाँ बहुत बड़े बड़े लोग आएंगे, and then I'll meet someone and maybe opportunities मिल जाएंगी, and that's what happened. One night there was this guy at 2 a.m. in the night, and I was just dealing cards, and he was playing and winning. So we were talking and all of that, and he said you're good at sales, and he offered me a job. So you know, like Pine Labs here in India, like there are smart machines where we pay ATMs, right?
Yes.
So back then in 2019 we used to have just button machines, right, where we use the ATM card. So what he was doing is that he had his agency under a company called First Data, and they were basically replacing those button machines into a smart machine, right, and Android wala. So what I had to do was go door to door on every small business shop and replace their machine, basically sell them first.
Okay.
You have to change this because the world is moving fast, and convince them, and because they are already on contracts and plans, so cancel that contract and then get them on. Then I did that, and it was definitely very hard, but I made a lot of money doing it. So that's how I got my first car.
So that's the money force that was driving you.
Yeah, definitely. Like because it's not enough. Like part-time 20 hours doesn't do anything. So I did that, and I got my first car. I paid my college fees and all of those things through that, and then after that there was another thing that kept on going. There was this pyramid model hota hai na jo, where you have to sell insurances to people and then build a team under you, and then it just the whole thing goes down. And I tried that as well, and then I realized कि यार ये तो मतलब again impact feel नहीं हो रहा है, मैं पैसे ही कमाई जा रहा हूँ, like I'm running after money. So and then I was like ठीक है, let's just keep on, and but I was making good money and just moving on with life, and then after that what happened was COVID hit. So casino laid me off. I quit the sales job because of management, and then this one, the pyramid one, also I just quit, and then.
So the COVID time, you're not doing anything.
I became jobless in a flash of a week, and on the same time, because Canada ke andar, like there's a speeding ticket thing as well when you drive fast. So that also happened, and then I was like, my week was just like done. I was done. Like यार इतने सारे expenses है, अभी जीना भी है, और and then job is gone.
And obviously COVID में बहुत सारी चीजें बहुत महंगी भी हो गई थी.
Exactly.
Everything was just tough.
Luckily during that time I was like कि ठीक है, let's take a break. That's when I realized my friends told me कि okay, you need to chill out, like इतना tension मत ले. So we applied for a US visa, and then we went on a road trip to
I just
Seattle.
want to hold in here, like you mentioned that your friends basically. So you were having a support from your friends, like family को अगर आप घर से बाहर निकल गए हो तो you can tell each and everything to your family. That's true. So is it your friends who were making you move forward कि ठीक है तू कर लेगा,
नहीं
chill
यार, they were doing
you were
normal
all
jobs,
alone.
and yeah, I believe that of course they help you, support you when you go down, and it's just directly or indirectly, but in terms of ambition it just comes from within, like अंदर से आता है.
I'm talking not about the ambition. I'm talking about कि हाँ, there was someone with you other
Yeah,
than
yeah,
your
definitely.
family,
Yeah.
and they were your friends.
Yeah, they were my school friends.
Okay, okay.
That's like, you know, everybody goes there, and even I had my girlfriend there as well. We studied in the same school and we went there as well.
So she went along with you to Canada.
She went before, I went after.
Okay.
4 months later.
तो तुम उसके पीछे पीछे गए?
सब ऐसा ही बोलते हैं, but not really, but sure. Yeah, and then that's what happened. We went to US and kind of explored and, you know, chilled out for a road trip, and then after that थोड़ा अच्छा लगा travel करके, but साथ साथ पैसे तो लग ही रहे थे, तो then kind of what happened was I shifted homes as well, just because of COVID, and तो यार बहुत कुछ चेंज हो रहा था उस टाइम पे, बट लकीली ड्यूरिंग दैट टाइम देयर वाज अ फेज वेयर आई रियली डिडंट नो व्हाट टू डू, and but the government started helping us in terms of subsidies, like they will give international students money who are jobless basically. So that was a really good thing, and at least survival sort हो गया था. उसके बाद I was like कि अब क्या करूँ, तो
ये भी खत्म हो गया अभी.
तो yeah, like I had these DSLRs lying around and I was like कि okay, let's do something with them, and so I picked up a camera one day and then just started shooting, and I didn't know anything, just started watching YouTube videos, and I also used to cook a lot, and so I started shooting cooking videos, and with my girlfriend. So she works at a restaurant and we kind of teamed up, and didn't know how to edit videos and all that, so I just started with that and started editing videos, cooking videos.
YouTube से देख के.
Yeah, सब कुछ YouTube से देख के learn and make it in your own way, and then just started doing that. Instagram पे उसको post करना शुरू किया. This is like 2019 and 2019 actually, and then 2 months, 3 months in, and usually the expectation ऐसा ही होता कि okay, something would happen now, and we got to like 600 subscribers I think, and then yeah, growth slow होता है like starting में, and we really didn't know how this works at that time though, and I was very camera conscious that I would never come in front of the camera or tell you how to cook. I'll just make the like cooking video, right? And then after that I was like, yeah, I need to get out of my home, like I'm just too much inside and I need to get out. And there was this, like on Facebook there was this guy I keep on following, and he was the best salesperson in BC, and he used to drive really cool cars, and so I was like, okay, let's go talk to him, like, you know, randomly. I don't even remember what happened. I just went to his store and I told him I want to work with you, and he was like, he gave me no fucks, like literally.
He gave you?
He gave me no attention, and
Okay.
and then I was like, I kept on going there for a month, like because I really liked what he was doing, his lifestyle, and I wanted to work with him. So yeah, and then after a month, I think, because I was so persistent, he gave me attention and we sat down and talked. He said, I'm starting a startup, like, and then you can come work there with me. And there was no one, I was the first hire, and what the idea was that, of course, to sell cars, but in a way that like not everyone else does out there, because in Canada there's a lot of trend for pre-owned cars, and after COVID, nobody really wanted to come out and, you know, like buy the cars, and there is also this culture that's very salesy. They keeps on trying to sell you and accidental cars and all that. That is what problem he had in mind, and we were very transparent and all of those things. So ideally I had a picture long term in mind, that we want to build a startup in terms of like we'll sell cars online and all those things, but start करना खुद से बहुत hard होता है, and it's very capital intensive. So he
So
was
you were
funding.
just two guys,
Yeah.
that guy and you were there.
Honestly, it was just me. He was just like
He's having another business. You must be
he was working at General Motors as a salesperson, and he started on the side. So he was funding it, and I was actually doing it. He was telling me what to do. I was just on and on and on. So what would happen is that we would buy the cars online on the auction, and then we'll get the cars to the lot, and then we'll clean them, we'll get them repaired, we'll click their pictures, sell it on, like post it online, people will come see and all of those things, and then we'll sell them the car, and then we'll do the paperwork, insurance, and end to end I would do it alone. I even washed cars, and I like, for example, bought cars from people as well, like who were selling, and so all of this alone, and making sure the office is okay and everything is presentable. So this phase of my life was 4 months, and after those 4 months,
All this happened in 4 months.
yeah, 4 to 5 months, yeah.
This car thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And 4 to 5 months, I was working 16 hours. Just I would work all day, and then I'll just come home and sleep, and then repeat. Like, and at home I would still be doing YouTube, and so those things.
Cooking videos साथ में चल रहे थे.
That slowed down, but again, things went on. Then I moved very close to work as well because there's not enough time to travel every single day. Things kept going on, and then after that my girlfriend came and we started, like, I hired her, and she also came to our workplace because we needed like someone to do the paperwork and everything. We grew and we started making money and everything. We shifted offices. In January is something that happened, and I was like, yeah, it's been 2.5, 3 years and I haven't went back home, and I really want to go back home. But
okay, so you were in Canada for 2-3 years.
Yeah. And I was like, I need at least to see some part of my family, right? And so I was craving that, and I realized.
So your family was not asking you to come home थोड़े time
COVID
के
time
लिए?
था ना, तो they couldn't even ask,
okay.
right? And but I was like कि मुझे जाना है अब तो, like, so even in COVID I went. I had to quarantine. India में quarantine was not valid, so so I came home, and then that's when I met my family, and my brother is in Bangalore, and when I went, he didn't start his company, but when I came back he started his company. And so then I went to Bangalore and met everyone there, and it was like and I would just sit and spectate whatever these guys are doing. And at that time they were fundraising, and I was like, wow, okay, this is real, something real is happening here, and these guys are really creating impact. And that drove a lot of inspiration in me, and I realized कि यार मैं तो सिर्फ पैसे ही कमा रहा हूँ, and I need to do something more, like, valuable. And I was like, okay. Then I went back to Canada, quarantined for 2 weeks, and then after that I became so ambitious that I quit my job without getting another job. I tried at a lot of startups would hire me, but no one hired me, and because
ये risk से डर नहीं लगता?
यार उस टाइम पे
like you mentioned एक बारी जॉब छोड़ दिया ऐसे, फिर दोबारा फिर छोड़ दिया, फिर मतलब जॉब पकड़ना इज उतना डिफिकल्ट फॉर यू, क्योंकि एक ही इंसान के पास यू आर गोइंग फॉर अ मंथ रिपीटेडली ऑन अ डेली बेसिस, एंड तभी भी जॉब नहीं मिला है, और जब मिला है तो एकदम से छोड़ दिया. Isn't?
I know, like, you have a fair point, and I even realized it after that.
Okay, you realize, okay.
At that time I was so into it कि मुझे कुछ करना है, तो I don't want to be here, and I want to go do something else, because and I was like, and even these guys, everybody told me कि नहीं यार अभी क्या है आगे प्लान, क्यों जा रहा है ऐसे and all that. But I just wanted to leave. I just wanted to do something else, and I just wanted to, I don't know, subconsciously I think I had this feeling that मुझे online world में shift होना है, whereas offline world, because we were selling actual cars. I was actually going to the office, like selling it to the customer, and so when I'm sleeping there is no selling basically. So money is not being made, 24 hours नहीं है, and that way wealth cannot be generated. I don't know, somehow I just realized that, and then after that I just went on with it, and so took this bold call, and left, even shifted homes as well, and I moved into a, I don't know, like a apartment in downtown, and with the strangers, 3 people living, and I would be like there, and bad decision but I thought कि downtown जाके पता नहीं क्या हो जाएगा. So I would just go to the library every single day and just start working on my business and what to do and figure out. So then I was like, yeah, I got into e-commerce, and what I did was मैं वहीं पे library से बैठ के China से products scrape करता था and sell it to US. तो I built a brand, and वहाँ से मैं products को लेता था and rebrand it and then sell it to the like US Amazon. And I did start that, and went on for 3 months. Like first 3 months though I put money of course of my own, and then after that I break even. Like I made all my money back, but then the real thing came to, like, let's grow now. So I got into like advertising and marketing, and really newbie, watching YouTube videos, really don't know what to do, how marketing works, and I just started like draining money into it. One day I woke up and I was like $3,000 gone, and I was like, this was my money, like survival money, and I don't have a job, like
How?
I fucked up. Like there was some sort of setting in it, and daily cap hota hai, like, so I didn't check that, and daily cap was like a lot.
Got it.
And overnight I lost a lot of money, and I realized, okay, now what to do.
$300.
$3,000.
3,000.
And I was like, dude, I need to like either now this business lives or I live. Like I have to figure out something. And this was a really bad situation, and then like even I could not afford the rent of my month, like my place.
Yeah, obviously.
So I lost my security deposit as well, because I had to leave, right? And so my girlfriend helped me out in this, like, so I kind of got a room in her place, and with her sister, and stayed there like as a stranger for a while. And I would just come at night at 11 p.m., sleep, and 6 a.m. I'll just leave in the morning again.
And what you were doing all this while?
So yeah, that is exactly what I'm trying to tell you. Like I needed to figure out money, right? And that transition period was like I found a job, like in General Motors. I started selling cars again, and because I had no choice. So and General Motors usually paid well. So yeah, and during that period, I kind of revived, healed myself, because it was a very stressing period, and I almost got depressed. And then yeah, after that, in September is when I kind of got stable survival again.
September 2022.
2022, yes.
Yeah.
So 2021 actually, sorry. Fighting for survival every single day, and then things became stable. I got a place again in downtown, but this time my own place, and with money, and like the GM would offer me car to drive every single day, and life was good. But business was going on still. चल रहा है,
मुझे
चल
ये
रहा है.
बताओ कि ये खराब कब हुई?
So and then what happened was, like I really became very like clear कि यार मुझे stable life चाहिए, like stable as in कि I need to have balance. Like this way I'll just deplete. And so I started going to the gym, slowly walks and all of those things. And then what happened was, yeah, I came to a point where I realized कि in I think October 2021 that what's next. Now I have recovered and all that. Do I keep on going with my business? Do I start content creation? Do I get a job at a startup?
You have ample of options.
I'm
And
analyzing
you need
my
to
options.
choose one.
Yeah, like I
from
sat down with myself, to take a decision, and then I would another option is I take a break, I go back home, because my dad's 25th marriage anniversary was there, so I was like, yeah, hard decisions. So or I just take a break and then come back and then
We'll
take a
start
fresh start,
something, हाँ.
right? So that's what I decided. I thought कि यार अभी मेरे को थोड़ा और break चाहिए, and I will go back home, and just to meet them, anniversary मना के वापस आऊँगा, and then I'll start again. तो and I was like, yeah, मैं जा ही रहा हूँ, तो let's do more. I talked to my brother. He recommended that you should go to Silicon Valley and meet tech entrepreneurs, see the online world, what's going on there, and that's what I did. I went to Silicon Valley. He connected me with a lot of people. Spent 3 to 4 weeks there. Lived in an Airbnb with engineers, and so yeah, I learned a lot. And that was the first time I felt like I came out of a cage. Like that was Canada, and there was like, wow, this is the first time I told someone my story.
Crazy.
Like this is who I am, and
Yeah.
it felt good. And I was like, yeah, okay. Like there is a big world out there.
Yes.
That was the first realization of
So
exposure.
You are actually looking out with the colors, all the colors of
Yeah,
the
like
world.
I became happy. Like भूल ही गया था मैं कि हंसते कैसे हैं. And then all of a sudden plans changed, and like mom dad का 25th anniversary था, and we decided, okay, let's go to Dubai, take them on an international trip. Gift सोच रहे थे, and I was like, okay. So we went to Dubai.
So that was their first international trip? Mama Papa ka?
Yes. So on gift on their 25th anniversary. So we all met up in Dubai and all of that, and that's when I realized, okay, yaar, I am very outdated in my life. First, like a lot of reality checks. My brother would be wearing Jordans and all of that, and I would be just in working shoes, because and boring clothes, no colors and all of that. And I realized, okay, I need more colors in my life. I need more fun in my life, and that was just fighting for survival for 3 years, and this is not good. And so yeah, a lot of realizations. But Dubai, I got more exposure. We met a lot of rich people, and saw the F1 race and all the crazy things, and that was just mind blowing. I was like, wow, and just recharges you. So yeah, like then I came back to India, explored Bangalore. That's when everybody came out the second time and met everybody in person, and I realized that here are youth, like young people doing creative things, and I got really inspired, and everybody was like, just stay here. And so I gave myself.
So you know what, before COVID there were things like इतना ज़्यादा exposure ना तो लोगों को चाहिए था ना उनको मिल रहा था.
Correct.
And you went to Canada before COVID.
Yes.
Right. And after coming back और COVID के बाद लोगों ने ना ऐसे एकदम वाइड एंगल से देखना शुरू किया चीज़ों को. And then when the content creation things started to happen before that, but people started adapting that.
Yeah.
जितना पॉसिबल एग्जैक्टली मतलब कोविड के बाद बेसिकली आई वुड से कि उन्होंने वो जो डेटा उनको फ्री मिल रहा है उसका अच्छे से यूज़ करना शुरू किया एंड उसके बाद ही आई कैन से कि आज अगर हम देखें तो देयर आर मोर कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स
so many.
yes as compared to the viewers.
Correct, 1%.
Exactly. मतलब viewers कम हैं, अब content creators ज़्यादा हैं. There are ample of fields. It's a diversified field जिसमें लोग इसके बारे में भी content बना रहे हैं. लोग there are influencers. XYZ बहुत सारा है अभी.
I'll tell you the data. If you zoom out a little bit more,
Okay.
out of the world's population, only 1% people are creating content,
Okay.
and the rest are just consuming. Like
नहीं अभी more people are adapting this
Yes.
job या this profession.
it's growing. Yes.
Yes.
It takes a lot of effort to create and
Exactly.
get out of your comfort zone, and more of people are getting inspired.
And it's a risk factor. जब तक आपको एक अच्छा exposure नहीं मिला, it's I won't say 50-50, but वो 99-1 ही है. अगर चल गया तो चल गया, otherwise नहीं. At least job में ये है कि you are getting paid.
Yeah.
At the end of the month, you will get a salary.
That's the stability.
कंटेंट क्रिएशन में वो चीज़ नहीं है. देयर इज नो स्टेबिलिटी. इवन आपका चल भी गया ना तो पता नहीं कि कब आपका ऐसे जाएगा ग्राफ.
It's pure, like हर चीज़ में ऐसा ही है, but content creation में there is no guarantee. Like
Yes, yes, yes.
there is
that's what I'm telling.
no guarantee. You have to like again survive some one way or another. But sometimes when like it blows up really hard.
Exactly.
And
True. Absolutely.
like yeah, and that's what I somewhat realized कि this is where after COVID sudden realization that this is where things are moving. And after meeting all these people and I was like यार सब कुछ online होने वाला है and like I need to learn, I need to cope up with the evolving world. So I was like I gave myself 1 year that एक साल देता हूँ, एक साल में I'll figure things out. I started working with multiple startups, internships, and started learning, figuring out what my skills are because I really didn't know that. You were just fighting for survival. झाड़ू मारने को बोल. But now I'm actually figuring out my career. Even if I want to work on a job, what job? Like I need to add some value. So I started figuring that out. A lot of people gave me opportunities because you actually have to practice, right? So did that and I started like somewhat realizing that this is what I like to do and this is where the sweet spot is.
Okay, so what is that realization and what is that sweet spot that you did after this? Because you came back to India and you were just realizing things, you were just taking care कि हाँ भाई मुझे क्या समझ में आ रहा है, क्या skill set है. So what you figured out then?
Like I reached out to a lot of people. I reached out to all the companies, started applying again.
Reaching out to all the people is your go-to thing, I guess.
Like, because that's the first step. Like without that, it's just all in my head. Like and I did that.
No, that's a good thing. And like everybody can do this. Trust me.
This is
हर
the.
कोई नहीं कर सकता ये.
I think
It takes
yes.
a lot of courage.
Yes.
बहुत सारा चाहिए, स्ट्रेंथ चाहिए कि आप किसी के पास भी randomly जा रहे हो and you are putting your point.
I know. You have to convince yourself, like convince your brain ki okay, you know, you need to do this. But if you think like how the world works, like if you just learn it and convince your brain ki ऐसे ही होता है, then you don't have a choice, and then it'll start helping you. Then you'll just start taking the first step, and then on and on and on and again. So yeah, and that happened, and I would start making videos and sending to people, founders of Ultra Human, that please hire me, I'm an intern and all of that. I would make like you know, use the like take a screenshot of their app and just change their design and just say this is what you can do, and do crazy things which just stands me out. And then again few people gave me chances and opportunities. I learned, and then I realized that I need to work with a very small team to learn more, to hustle. Whereas like on a normal job, I will do this and I'll progress at a design, let's say, or let's say I would progress at video editing or progress at marketing or sales, right? But I'm still figuring out. I need to explore more. So, and a startup can offer that. So I found a startup called Ripen, and these guys, like I again approached them a lot and somehow convinced them, and they hired me. And then like my role was founder's office, and we would be basically doing anything and everything basically to solve for adulting. Young people like us who are still figuring out their life, and we had a community of 3,000 people to begin with, and we also raised pre-seed funding, and then after that, yeah, like that gave me a lot of learnings and exposure as well. After that I realized कि मुझे खुद से करना है, तो
again you left it.
yeah, I left there again, and then yeah, like, and after that I left and I like figuring out D2C, ONDC, so many just हाथ पैर कहीं ना कहीं मारते रहे. But things changed after that. Like my like while I was just getting to it, my dad like had an open heart surgery. So all of a sudden, and I realized that was a big like reality check, and I had to leave everything and then just focus on him. And then yeah, like that taught me a lot of things, and that's where my fitness journey started, and all the other things that I do recently.
Okay. So how this travel journey started, how this fitness journey started, थोड़ा सा और deep में अगर आप बताएं तो.
Fitness journey started with this realization that my dad, like, he has done nothing wrong, and he still, like, you know, went through this, and like anybody can happen. And then I read a lot about open heart surgeries and why this happens, and like what happens in your heart and how do diseases develop. And then I realized yaar, like all my habits, lifestyle choices, food, everything, it's
ये
just
सब तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा खराब है, उनका तो था भी नहीं, तभी भी he is suffering from a
correct.
certain disease.
And I was like, I can't, like when I started actually reading about it, and वही होता है कि यार when something bad happens in your life and you have no choice and you have
आँखें
to,
खुल
right?
जाती है फिर.
And then I started figuring things out again and getting into fitness, and it all started with the first step. Again, started by walking, slowly started running, slowly started doing marathons. And the thing is that you have to enjoy it as well. Like if you don't enjoy it, you can't sustain it. So, and I started enjoying my fitness journey. Like my physical structure started to change, my thought process, I became more clear, I became more aware. What I would do is that I would wake up 6 a.m. in the morning, I would meditate, I would go out for a run or badminton, and then I come back, I'll get ready. I really don't know what to do with my work. I would sit there in the front of a computer at 9 a.m. and I'll sit there until 7 p.m. I would figure out all day what to do, like reach out people, talk to people, ideas, whiteboard scratching, you name it. All of those things I could do because of my fitness. If I don't
Because
wake
your
up,
morning started well.
yes, morning routine, that's where I realized the value of routines, why you have to stick to it very slowly but every single
You know
day.
what you said that, I mean, you found happiness in it, right? So there are people like people around me as well who start their fitness journey, who want to start, and then और कभी भी बिगिनर को देखना हमेशा वो स्टार्ट करता है कि भाई मैं जिम जाऊंगा और मैं एब्स बनाऊंगा, मैं मसल्स बनाऊंगा. एंड आई रियलाइज कि जो ऑलरेडी जिम गोअर्स होते हैं उनका ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता. दे आर लाइक कि मैं जिम जाऊंगा, मैं वर्कआउट करूंगा क्योंकि मैं दिन भर एनर्जेटिक रहूं. सो लोग ना टालते रहते हैं. आपको नहीं लगा कभी भी स्टार्टिंग में जब आपने किया कि यार ठीक है हो गया, अभी नहीं हो पा रहा है, वो रूटीन
बहुत टाला मैंने, मतलब
like
like I feel like everybody goes through this phase where you keep on delaying it, keep on procrastinating it till the very end. एक दिन आता है you realize कि यार बस हो गया, because you want to do that thing but you're not doing that because you're stuck somewhat, you're not able to. And then one day that comes कि यार you hit a point where that's it, I will do it tomorrow, like something that you have to convince, or somewhat like someone supports you. A lot of use cases, but someone supports you. Let's say okay ठीक है भाई मैं तेरे साथ करूँगा, like then it becomes easier, right? Somewhat like some experiences life, you hit a like breaking point, and then after that wisdom arises from inside, and then you just commit to yourself, and after that it's one step at a time. Like every single
then
day
it becomes habit and happiness all together.
Yeah, like but वो breaking point, like sometime like I would still do this. Like for example, recently I broke my meditation habit, and like it just because of my traveling I couldn't meditate, and after I came back home I really didn't want to, like it's
एक बार ही if you break that cycle,
it's
तो
very hard to.
It got broken then.
Yeah, it's like you're climbing a mountain and you fell, and then you have to climb up again, and it was like
True.
just,
You
I
have to
can't.
start from scratch then.
Yeah, and it's very hard to convince yourself. So I've been procrastinating it for a week, 7 days, 10 days, and I know this now because it has happened so many times that maybe 20 days, 21st day, maybe someday will come. I will not give up trying. I'll keep trying every single day and fail, but one day would come and then I'll succeed. So I follow this quote in my life where I just follow it every single day. If I don't quit, I can't lose. So if I just keep on going, कुछ तो figure out कर ही लूँगा.
सही बात है.
I can't lose.
Absolutely true. ये जो फिटनेस जर्नी है बेसिकली वर्कआउट रूटीन जो है, मुझे लगता है कि मतलब आई विल जस्ट ब्रेक दिस डाउन विद अ सिंपल एग्जांपल। मैंने जब जिम जाना शुरू किया था, मैंने जब वर्कआउट शुरू किया था, तो स्टार्टिंग में मुझे भी ऐसे ही लगता था। देन सडनली मुझे नहीं पता कैसे, बट मुझे लगा एक दिन मैं ऐसे ही उठी एंड आई एम लाइक कि यार जब हम ब्रश नहीं करते हैं तभी भी पूरे दिन बहुत इनकम्प्लीट सा लगता है। सो आई नीड टू कनेक्ट माई वर्कआउट विथ समथिंग लाइक दिस, कि अगर मैं वर्कआउट नहीं करूँगी तो समथिंग विल बी मिसिंग, लगेगा कि यार नहीं हो रहा है।
That's a very good hack actually.
Exactly.
We read this in Atomic Habits, where you group your habits.
हाँ, तो वही कि जो मैंने अभी बोला कि वर्किंग आउट एंड फीलिंग एनर्जेटिक, इफ यू कनेक्ट टू थिंग्स, मुझे लगता है कि फिर शायद आप नहीं प्रोक्रेस्टिनेट करोगे, फिर आप नहीं टालोगे चीज़ें, देन एंड देयर यू विल स्टार्ट। जैसे मुझे, आपको और शायद हमारे आसपास बहुत सारे लोगों को लगता है, जेनजीज स्पेशली, उनको तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा लगता है कि यार फिट रहना है, वो हमसे बहुत ज़्यादा बेटर कर रहे हैं। बट देन कम्स अ मेंटल हेल्थ, and I think physical health is equally important as mental health is important for us, but people don't think that mental health is important. They literally don't take it seriously. So what do you want to say on this, because you are a travel enthusiast, fitness freak and all of that, तो उसके लिए obviously you must be knowing by now कि mental health is also very important.
First of all, the reason I do all of this is because of like mental health,
yes.
so that I can keep like be
That's
mentally
why
sane.
I asked you this.
And second is that I feel like why people don't value it so much, or don't pursue it so much or prioritize it so much, is because there is very less awareness about mental health, and there is a lot of awareness about physical health. There is a lot of research done on it. There's so many things that are done on physical health, and we know कि बुखार हुआ है तो क्रोसिन देना है, we know बुखार हुआ है तो डोलो देना है. We don't know what when someone is in depression. We don't have the data. We don't know what works and we don't know what doesn't, right? So, and that's what we are trying to figure out. A lot of startups are out there who are actually solving for mental health and creating that awareness. A lot of YouTube channels are creating content on that, and like again, hospitals तो treatment के लिए हैं ही हैं, but point is that we need to create more awareness about it, and we need to experiment a lot, so that people can actually be of any help, right? And so yeah, like I mean, for example, in terms of mental health, right? Just a simple thought would be that physical health is directly linked to mental health. How? Because when I'm feeling, let's say, very anxious, like मुझे नहीं पता क्या हुआ है, I still can't figure out what really happened, and I would go on a walk and I'll feel good. I would go walk in a park or even touch the grass, I'll start to feel better. Like it's a real stimulation that I get, whereas in home social media it's not real, it's all fake, and our brains are working on it, right? And the second thing would be usually on the mental health perspective is just to learn more. Another thing is that physical health mein na, like whenever something happens you can actually see it, you can touch it, it's matter, whereas it's tangible, right? And whereas mental health is not tangible, it's intangible. You can only feel it. Like if someone is in depression, I can't be in that state. Like if someone is in pain, I can't feel that. All I can do is help, like be with them, right? And just try to relate. And वो tangible वाला intangible वाला part makes it very hard for us to learn as well, because learning का वैसा है, like right? Whereas like you can see it growing, but whereas brain में it's all chemicals, and for that you have to learn, and it's very hard. So a lot of content creators out there are creating content to make it simpler, right? And which really helps on a daily basis, right? For example, this one girl I follow is called the Silly Goose. She would just use real life examples like we use on a daily basis and connect it to mental health, and that just makes it easier in terms of learning. Whereas कि मुझे नहीं पढ़ना कि prefrontal cortex क्या है, right? It's just too boring, right? Whereas if I use a real life example, it's just easier.
That's true. Obviously, मतलब what I feel is कि physical health तो important है, mental health भी है, as you said, and also I want to add कि जब भी mental health का लोगों को पता भी नहीं चलता है, to be very honest, कि वो कब depressing state में है, वो कब anxious हैं, because anxiety भी दो तरह की होती है. अगर आप basic anxious हो तब तो it is good, और वो होना भी चाहिए, that will make you feel like you are a human. Otherwise तो you are a dead man. So जब आप basic आप एंशियस फील कर रहे हो, इट्स गुड. बट अगर आप ज़रूरत से ज़्यादा कर रहे हो, फॉर एग्जांपल मैं अगर यहाँ बैठे बैठे सोच रही हूँ कि यार पता नहीं वहाँ क्या हो रहा होगा, अभी पता नहीं पॉडकास्ट में कुछ ना कुछ पंगा तो होगा ही होगा, तो ये सारे जो हैं मुझे लगता है ये थोड़ा नेक्स्ट लेवल एंशियस होना है और ये प्रॉब्लमैटिक है. ऐसे ही देयर आर अदर पर्सपेक्टिव्स, अदर क्राइटेरियाज जो हमारी मेंटल हेल्थ को बेसिकली ब्रेक डाउन करते हैं, जो हमें समझने चाहिए.
Correct. And it all starts with awareness. That's
Awareness,
first step.
that's true. Yeah,
If,
yeah.
like for example, the fact that you are telling these things to me, that मैं anxious थी podcast में and everything, means you are aware of it. You know it. It is happening.
Yes, of course.
If you don't know it, you can't change it. You can't do anything to fix it or improve it or anything.
True.
And so that is the real first step, and then you slowly start to, okay, one day we'll decide कि यार नहीं, this is getting better. I'll see.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
and that's all it boils down to in terms of mental health.
True. Okay. So moving to the next part, how your travel journey started. जब you came from Bangalore and came to Bangalore and फिर पापा का जो भी हुआ physical fitness तो it started that way, but how this travel thing and then expedition कैसे दिमाग में आया कि ये करना है.
Yeah, I have a lot of goals in my life that I want to achieve, and I'm already like 25 right now.
उसमें से world cover करना भी एक goal है.
Definitely, like, without a thought. Like
Okay.
I would rather like let go everything than traveling. Like I would love to travel more, and the goal is to travel the whole globe one day. Slowly, like ऐसा नहीं कि आज ही करना है सब कुछ, but very slowly. But keeping a balance in everything without compromising my health, without compromising my work, and but yeah, like I've been from the past 5 years, ever since the Canada journey, like I've been figuring out what to do, like figuring out कि क्या करना चाहिए, and trying and testing, and I came like, and घर पे बैठे या फिर लोगों से मिलते is good, and जॉब करते सब कुछ ट्राई करते you get burnt out. Like you like कि यार I don't have it in me anymore, and you need that to recharge. And but the thing is that I like कि यार अब मैं travel वो वाला travel नहीं करना चाहता हूँ कि where I just go and see places and shoot videos and sit there and be done. I wanted to like spice things up, and I mix travel with my fitness. I wanted to keep fitness because fitness is consistent. Like I have to do every day, and I wanted to grow in fitness as well. So I kind of mixed those things, and like ideally I wanted to just climb treks. This travel journey started with trekking. The first trek that I did was in Bangalore, and then my first peak trek was in Uttarakhand, Rishikesh. And when I was on top of that mountain, the feeling was very different, and it recharged me so much that इतने सारे problems थे life में, and they all felt like very tiny problems and manageable. And this, like, I became stronger somehow. I don't exactly know how it, like the biology of it, but I became stronger. And when I came back, I like fixed everything and I started moving forward. And
so when you started traveling, you didn't know that it will come out like this, but you just went there, and when you come back, it's a change. Like
because the experiences that happened there, like it was hard, you still go through, and then you make it to the top, and then you realize, okay, मैं यहाँ खड़ा हूँ, and I could have died, and all of the things that I was thinking कि पानी इसमें पानी.
This thing comes कि this is either the last or I'll go back, I have no idea. उस टाइम पे actually पूरी life दिखती है, पूरा flashback दिखता है, और वहाँ पे आप आगे के लिए भी चीज़ें वही सोच लेते हो कि अगर बच गया तो ये ज़रूर.
Exactly. सब कुछ याद आता है उस टाइम पे, and once you do that, and then it feels like कि हाँ ठीक है, अब तो I've seen more, right? And then on that peak, I promised myself, like on my first trek, कि I would keep a balance, and I would in a year I would do at least 3 treks, like every quarter. I would find time, I would take a break and do this just to maintain everything, so that to recharge and I can handle more challenges in my life. And the ideal goal was to do just a trek this last expedition, but someone recently told me that like there is this cycling expedition that happens. I was like कि ले तो जाना ही है trek करने, तो why not go by cycle? It was a lame thought, but I was like sure. And I didn't know what I was signing up for. I was just like, okay, let's do it.
That was new because I have seen many travel enthusiasts. They just go to certain places, they explore new places, and they make videos of it, hidden gems I would rather say. But ये थोड़ा सा मेरे लिए भी नया था कि मैं अगर आसपास वालों की भी बात करूँ who are so much into fitness and everything, who are into traveling, तो ये तो वो लोग भी नहीं सोच सकते हैं. मतलब मेरे सर्कल में तो कोई नहीं सोच सकता कि हाँ ठीक है एक महीने के लिए I'll just be on cycle.
I was working
Okay.
while that, so I would cycle all day,
Okay.
and so that's the thing. Like I can't skip work, but I have to do that. So I just have to balance it somehow. So I would sleep in a cab.
I didn't know it was tiring.
Really tiring. I was exhausted, but after when I came home, like I was still working. So yeah, I would cycle all day, and then after 4 p.m. we would just chill out and relax and change our clothes. 5:30 and when I would start work, and whenever I would have the network, I would take meetings as well. And whenever I don't have the network, I'll just do all the backlog and everything.
So other than traveling, what are you doing now?
I create content first of all, and second I freelance with 2 startups as of now, and one is in sales and which is AI, and the other one is a D2C brand, and help them with sales, social media, marketing, and all those things.
So overall, like
Yeah,
it's
because
हाँ.
like if I like really signed up for a full-time job, I wouldn't be able to do everything. So that's why I just freelance, and it's a long-term freelance, like a job, but not like a job. Just gives me enough freedom to create my content, do my
Also,
fitness.
you're making your money
Yeah,
via this,
yeah.
so it's going good. Okay. So while you were traveling, you must have met so many people.
Yes.
And मतलब पर्सनली मुझे लगता है मैं अगर कहीं भी जाती हूँ ना तो मुझे लगता है कि मुझे लोगों के पर्सपेक्टिव्स जानने का मौका मिलेगा, मुझे उनसे बातचीत करने का मौका मिलेगा. एंड ट्रस्ट मी, आई डोंट नो, मुझे शायद ख़राब लोग बहुत ही कम मिले हैं मेरी लाइफ में. अगर मैं बोलूँ जितना भी मैं आई एम नॉट लिविंग विद माई पेरेंट्स सिंस 8 years नाउ, आई एम ऑन माई ओन. 8 साल में शायद मुझे 5 से 6 ख़राब लोग मिले होंगे. मतलब I literally I met a lot of people in my life. मैं बोल रही हूँ कि ऑटो वाले से लेकर दोस्त से लेकर अननोन स्ट्रेंजर्स, आई डोंट नो, या तो शायद मेरा अप्रोच करने का तरीका वैसा होता है, मे बी हो सकता है. सो हाउ दिस चेंज यू एज अ पर्सन, क्योंकि मेरा पर्सपेक्टिव इससे ऐसा बदला है. मुझे लगता है कि अगर आप किसी से प्यार से बात करोगे, सामने वाला विल टॉक टू यू इन द सेम वे. तो what I mean, how this changed you as a person?
Definitely are a lot. First of all, like I mean, the perspective thing I want to talk about, like like it's just how you approach it. लोग तो हैं ही है, right? And sometimes my mood will be very like even while traveling, my mood will be very happy, and I would approach with very like so much respect and all those things, right? And I would always get a good response and everything. But sometimes when I am not like feeling too well and all of that, not open to reach out to people, but I have to, then I would not get such a good response. And trying and testing with a lot of people made me realize that it's just my intention and my feelings is what that matters. And second thing is that people are very open, yeah. Like they will teach you everything. Like
Exactly.
they will teach you everything about the culture. They will teach you everything about like whatever you want to know. And it's just that how you ask. It's just that what you ask. And because some people are proactive, they will teach you, but some people are not. Like not everybody gives you their time. You have to earn it.
इसी से मैं बोल रही हूँ कि बहुत अच्छे से एक कॉन्वर्सेशन अगर आप करते हो किसी से, तो वो भी आपसे उसी तरीके से वापस करता है, वापस बात करता
It's a
है.
law of nature.
Yes,
Like,
yes, that's true.
You get what you see.
Yeah.
Like plant a seed and you'll see.
हाँ,
it.
you'll
नीम का ट्री डालोगे तो नीम ही आएगा.
हाँ.
It will give you that bitter taste.
True.
So if you disrespect someone, you'll get disrespect back.
That's true.
So that is just how it works. But it takes a lot of time to convince your brain that this is how it works.
Yes.
And then
और लोगों से बातचीत करने के बाद ना आप बहुत कुछ सीखते हो.
definitely यार मतलब
मुझे अभी जाके लगता है कि अच्छा ऐसा भी होता है. अब शायद मुझे लगता है कि मैं बहुत सारे पर्सपेक्टिव्स लोगों के जान चुकी हूँ कि नाउ व्हेन आई टॉक टू पीपल, मुझे लगता है कि अगला इसका स्टेटमेंट शायद ऐसे होने वाला है. अगर वो ऐसे बोलेगा नहीं तो कम से कम दिमाग में सोच रहा होगा. सो इट्स नॉट आई बिकेम जजमेंटल. यस, आई डू जज पीपल, नो
Everybody
डाउट,
does.
बट मैं जजमेंटल नहीं हूँ. इट्स जस्ट आई कीप इट दैट वे, क्योंकि सोचना है, मेरे पास दिमाग है तो मैं सोचूंगी. बट आई डोंट ले टू द पर्सन हु इज सिटिंग और स्टैंडिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ मी. आई जस्ट कीप इट टू माई सेल्फ.
people teach you a lot. Like
Yes, people teach you a lot. That's true. So you traveled a lot. How many states in India you have covered?
यार मोस्टली सारा ही कवर हो गया, बट सिर्फ ईस्ट साइड रह गया है। ईस्ट साइड आई हैव नॉट बीन एबल टू ट्रैवल, आई डोंट नो व्हाई, बट आई हैव नॉट बीन टू अ सिंगल सिटी इन ईस्ट, but other than that I think north, west and south is all covered, almost all covered.
Okay, okay. International trips?
6 countries I think in total, but more to come.
Okay, so any story that you remember and that you'll always remember?
A lot of stories,
Anything जो ना ट्रैवल के नाम से या फिर उस लोगों के नाम से या स्टोरी के नाम से ही बस ऐसे क्लिक कर जाती है, ऐसे फ्लैशबैक आ जाता है.
it's just that like my life, like I'll just give you a brief that over the past years every birthday I would like to party, every birthday I would like to do something, right? That's the normal norm, right?
I literally am very excited for my birthday. Like मैं पूरे साल वेट करती हूँ उस एक दिन का, एंड और ऐसा भी नहीं है कि मैं कुछ बहुत बड़ा करती हूँ, बट ऑन माई बर्थडे आई जस्ट वॉन्ट माई फ्रेंड्स टू बी अराउंड. आई जस्ट हैव फन, एंड मुझे लगता है कि दैट्स थेरेपी फॉर मी, कि वो मेरे आसपास हों, भले ही फिर मैं पार्टी करूँ, मैं क्लब जाऊँ, मैं कुछ भी करूँ या मैं कुछ नहीं करूँ, मुझे सब कुछ चलेगा, बट आई वॉन्ट माई फ्रेंड्स अराउंड. और मैं उस चीज़ के लिए शायद पूरे साल वेट करती हूँ.
Yeah, like that's the,
so birthdays are special.
I think original, like हमें कंडीशन ही ऐसे किया है बिकॉज ऑल माई गोल्स विल ऑल्सो बी लाइक कि मुझे बर्थडे तक ये करना है.
हाँ, सेम
लाइक नेचुरली द थॉट विल कम कि यार बर्थडे तक ये अचीव करना है, क्योंकि बर्थडे इज सम सॉर्ट ऑफ स्पेशल डे, राइट?
मेरी जितनी भी बड़ी चीज़ें हुई हैं, लाइक इवन माई सर्जरीज, आई चोज माई बर्थडे फॉर दैट, कि हाँ ये मैं इस वाले बर्थडे पे करवाऊंगी, ये मैं इस वाले बर्थडे पे. इवन माई मेडिकल कंडीशंस जो मैंने ट्रीट करवाया है, वो भी आई चोज माई बर्थडे.
It's just that's how naturally works. Like even like for example, my next goal is doing a triathlon.
That's true.
कि मुझे next birthday पे करना है triathlon. It's just a date that comes to your mind. But anyway, so recent, like my last birthday was 25th birthday, and I didn't have my friends around. I didn't have my family around, and I had no plans.
They forgot.
No, everybody knew. It's just that excitement इतना नहीं था, and everybody was doing their own thing, and I felt very lonely, and I was like, yeah, I don't know what to do. I am tired of traveling, and like, what do I really want to do?
Tired of traveling?
Like, I recently came just after my birthday,
okay, that way.
and I finished the 75 hard challenge. So I was like, मुझे अभी थोड़ा break चाहिए, and I felt very down. And on this birthday, and I was like, कि मुझे क्या करना चाहिए? And that's where I just saw someone, like a reel came up to my phone, and it was about Vipassana. A lot of people told me about it, but I never really thought of doing it. And I was like, okay, let's do that. I thought like once life में करना है, and then I decided to sign up for that, and luckily I got the dates as well, and I signed up for the Vipassana meditation course, and I went there. So it was like 10 days in silence. You give up your phone,
On
laptop.
your birthday.
Yeah, I know. And but it was the most transformative thing in my life, and I can't, like, even if I try to, I can't forget that, because those 10 days just changed me somehow. And on my birthday I came out of it, like, and that was a feeling that I wanted to have, and those 10 days were very hard.
So it's been 5-6 years now since you are away from home. You are doing things on your own. You are taking care of each and every little and big things on your own, and those 5-6 years obviously shaped you the way you are today. And as you said, you are feeling lonely. ये वाले birthday पे आपने you just signed in for meditation and meditate classes and all of that. So how these 10 days shaped you as a person, or what you are today?
These 10 days were in silence. You can't speak. You don't have your phone. You don't have a pen or paper to write. You don't have any other.
But कोई बिना बात किए कैसे रह सकता है?
That's how the environment is.
Okay.
100
And you were
people.
enjoying it?
No, not at all. It was hell.
Okay.
Like, I was suffering every single day.
Okay.
But the thing is that you need to make space for more.
Yes.
There's only so much you can download into it, right? And after that you have to process it. कि जो चाहिए वो, नहीं तो बाकी निकाल दो. And that only happens in silence. And I was full already, and your brain just doesn't allow you to, like,
Okay.
make space for
So
more.
what is the good thing happened after that? Birthday.
I changed it. My perspective towards life changed everything, and so again, there's very much details, but very simply put, is that behavior patterns is our brains have, and like हमें पता है कि खारिश हो रही तो ऐसे करना है. I didn't even think about it, it just happens, right? And very similarly in normal, like for example अगर कोई भी गुस्सा करता है, like something triggers and that just the automatic reaction that happens, and that's what the 10 days, in that 10 days you learn that no matter what happens you have to stay equanimous, and that equanimity is very important for you to grow. कुछ भी हो, अच्छा बुरा कैसा भी है, you have to like live that moment, whatever
you
it is.
became more polite after that.
Yeah, like I stopped getting angry at my like colleagues or my, like people that work for me and my mom, my parents and everybody. I started just observing कि okay, अगर मुझे कोई गुस्सा कर रहा है and what's my natural response, and sometimes I would do it as well, but then later I would quickly realize जो gap है ना वो realize करने के लिए और इसमें वो कम हो गया है after that, and उसकी वजह से growth ज़्यादा हो गई है.
Now you
Speed.
became subtle.
Yeah. Calm. कि because now I'm responding, not reacting. तो कोई भी situation आ रही है, I'm analyzing it, I have the intellect, I am understanding it to the best of my abilities, I'm responding to it. This is the best I can do. Whereas reaction में I have no control, just happened.
Yeah, obviously.
And that's what shifted, and that applies everywhere.
Okay, so I guess we have extracted a lot from you, and to be very honest, when I started talking to you, I didn't know that your journey is upside down. And when I started talking to you, तब धीरे धीरे ऐसे हुआ कि it keep coming, and like okay, and क्योंकि मुझे basically ये था कि you are a travel enthusiast, you are into fitness and you are into mental health, you are spreading awareness on that part as well. So all these things I was having in mind, but there are a lot of things we extracted from this conversation. I hope our viewers will get a lot to learn, and thank you so much for being with us. Thank you. It means
Thank you
a
for
lot.
having me.
Thank you.